Okay, Deputy, do a sound check.
Sound check. Ryan, can you hear me?
Yes, that was good.
Thank you very much. And those who are remotely connected, we will be starting the meeting in just a minute or two.
All right, thank you.
I'd like to call the April 19th Audit and Compliance Committee meeting to order. Madam Secretary, can you please call the roll?
Director Deere,
Here is here.
Director Ryder,
Here.
and Chair Harrington.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to allow Director Deere to remotely participate in the meeting as a voting member? So moved. I'll second. Are there any questions on the motion? All in favor? Aye. Aye. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Madam Secretary, is there any public testimony? Anyone registered to provide in-person or virtual oral testimony or submitted written testimony to be included in the record?
We did not receive any registrations nor any written testimony.
Okay, we'll go to item 3 on our agenda. That'll be a report from Chief Corporate Compliance and Privacy Training. Nicole Emerald, Chief Corporate Compliance and Privacy Officer, will review 2 items.
Good morning, Nicole O'Meara, Chief Compliance and Privacy Officer.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. On the agenda today is a request for approval of our County Care Compliance and Fraud, Waste, and Abuse Annual Plan.
Can I have a motion to approve the 2024 County Care Compliance Plan and the 2024 County Care Fraud, Waste, and Abuse Plan?
I will second the motion as long as under discussion we'll get the presentation of the plan.
Thank you. Thank you. So this,
Second.
okay. This is our annual plan that is based on our 7 elements of an effective compliance program. The edits to this year's plan were both to streamline the plan, make it easier to read and understand, and then the only substantive issues that changed is the process flow that we get and receive information from the state, as the state has changed our reporting portal. Thank you.
I would ask to call the question.
Any questions?
No, call the question.
No, call the question so we can move the motion
okay.
forward.
Call the question.
I call the question. I'm waiting for somebody to second the motion.
We're gonna vote on it? We already motioned it.
Yeah.
Oh. You have to call the roll on the vote,
Oh, a roll call vote.
or whatever. Aye?
Yeah, all in favor?
Okay. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. No opposed, the ayes have it, the motion carries. Action item, well, we're gonna have, I guess, a report from Director of Internal Audit, Tom Schroeder.
Good morning, Tom Schrader, Internal Audit. What we have is the Internal Audit Charter, and there's, this is an annual discussion we have. It's a best practice to review the charter with the committee and senior leadership and then reapprove the charter. So what we'll do is just talk through some of the items of the charters, but there's no updates being requested at this time. But I will point out that next year when we meet, we will most likely have a different charter. The internal audit standards have changed, and there will be probably some recommendations to review and make some changes to the charter. So at this point, no edits at this point. We've got some slides that are coming up that just pull out some information from the internal audit standards in terms of what the expectations are with regards to the charter. And I've highlighted some information in there just to pull it out, but we'll just talk about the periodic review of the charter with senior management and the board is a suggested or recommended best practice. And then ultimately the charter is approved by the board. Move to the next slide. And again, pulling out of the standards, this pulls in the concept of independence. The audit department should confirm their independence annually as well. And then in the lower part of the slide, there are some items that are delineated in the standards that affirm that independence, and one of them is approving the internal audit charter. And I just highlighted some other items that we do as a practice as well that would confirm that. But improving our audit plan, our budget and resources, which we'll talk about in closed session, and then receiving communications from audit about their plan and their activities. So anyway, that supports the charter. And then the next slide, these are just some structures that are suggested by the Institute of Internal Auditors for what your charter should contain, and ours does. Again, I think we mentioned this before, that we had an external QA review, quality review a few years back, and the charter is reviewed as part of that, and there were no concerns or considerations from that. On the very bottom there, we'll point out signatures that if we all approve and approve the charter, that we'll pass around a signature page for the chief executive, the audit committee chair, and myself to sign. So that concludes my comments on the charter. So we just ask the board to reapprove or the committee to reapprove that charter.
Are there any questions? Hearing none, can I have a motion to approve the proposed internal audit charter?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any questions on the motion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Our next order of business is item 4, the committee meeting minutes of January 19, 2024. These were approved by the board at the February meeting, but are being presented for the committee's review and discussion if necessary. Are there any corrections needed to the minutes? Hearing none, can I have a motion to accept the minutes of January 19, 2024 Audit and Compliance Committee meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Item 5, the committee will now go into closed session. Action is not anticipated to be taken in open session after the closed meeting has adjourned. Can I have a motion to go into closed section pursuant to the following exceptions to the Illinois Open Meetings Act, 5 ILCS 120/2, parentheses C, 1 and 29. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion has been moved and properly second. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
It's gotta be a roll call vote.
Oh, this is roll call vote, okay. Madam Secretary, please take the roll call on the motion.
Roll call vote on the motion to go into closed session. Aye or nay, Director Deere,
Deere is aye.
Director Ryder,
Aye.
and Chair Harrington.
Aye.
You have 3 yeas and 0 nays.
The ayes have it, the motion carries. So we'll now go into closed session.